What's happening, YouTubers, again, or shall I say, what's up, duelists? This is again another video for me, aka Dodgemeister, or as Mr. Brandon, and today we're going to go through another deck profile for you. We're going to obviously this is my updated build of my Yosenjus. This is the current build that I'm using at the moment, which I did top 4 at my locals, obviously because this deck is absolutely insane. So I'm just going to go through it with you guys again and show you what this actual deck's potentials are. So, first of all, we're playing 2 Kamatu. So 2 Kamatu, the reason why I chose 2 Kamatu was the fact that, okay, this format, Kamatu isn't really the best. Obviously, they are good to get the effects of normal summons, which all the Yosenjus do, apart from Zujik. So, Kamatu is effective, he attacks directly, but it's halved. Like, okay, that's a really good effect, it's really strong. However, it's not really great because it doesn't really do much against your opponent. So, this is the reason why I put it at 2. Some people may argue put it at 3, but I prefer it 2 because it helps me with all my floodgates. So, 3 Kama 1, because Kama 1's your bouncer, and he's your main guy. If I'm honest with you, like, bouncing's pretty good. The only thing it's bad against is the ships, but obviously, you know, it's pretty good. It's just, you know, it's a face-up card on your opponent's side of the field. So you can do it with Cosmo Town. You can do it with like other things like that. You know, like things that are really problematic to you. You can actually just send it back to their hand. I mean, that's pretty decent. Like I'd just target like the Cosmo Town and put Cosmo Town back in hand. Like, you know, even though they're going to play it next turn. Like, come on, stop them. You know, well, you can. To be honest with you, I don't really know, but you can just bounce things that are necessary. Really, Kama 3. Kama 3. The reason why I got it at 3 is he's your main searcher. So you mean like you attack with one of these guys, you get a search. And it's pretty amazing that way. 1 Fossil Diner. Fossil Diner is great if you have it in hand. You can just sell it and it destroys all your opponent's special summon monsters because you don't really special summon this deck. Apart from, you know, like if you go into the extra deck, which is hardly likely because there literally is just sit on your back row and see what happens. Then you want 3 copies of Zujik. Zujik's probably one of the best guys. Like, you could discard it, bump him up by a K, or you could just normal summon him again. Produce big damage and then, you know, bang them up by a K. So, you know, like you could, like when you have Tenki on a field, you can make like this guy up to like 2,000 attack. Like, that's pretty insane. Or you can make this guy here up to like 1,819 and like 1,617. You know, so and these like 1,1. So, you know, it's, well, obviously you can't really target. Well, you can target himself actually because you can do it. You can make himself 2K. So, you know, he is pretty awesome. So next thing we're going to go on to, guys, now is the spell lineup. So we've got the 1 Regeki because it's just Regeki. It's like the most important necessity of the deck. And to be honest with you, where you're running things like Dimensional Fissure and things like that, you know, it's pretty amazing. Like, so like they can't just banish from their grave and whatnot. You know, it's pretty awesome. That way. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. And the reason why this deck's still amazing, Card of Demise. This is a pretty awesome effect. So what you do is you activate Card of Demise, draw 3 cards. Obviously, draw it until you have 3 cards in hand. And obviously, for the rest of the turn, after effects, obviously they take no damage, which is the pain in the arse bit, however. But the best thing is if you don't hit into one of your traps, you can Card of Demise, dig out all your traps and set all your traps up. And then obviously, if you have your Yosenjus, normal summon your Yosenjus like usual. And obviously, then when that all effects kits off, you can then go Card of Demise effect, obviously, to discard your hand, but you don't have no hand anyhow, and then your Yosenjus have their effects when they can return back to hand anyhow. So that's actually amazing in this deck. Like, it's actually pretty awesome, and that's where they need to be, and this deck literally can abuse the absolute hell out of this card. So that's the reason why I like that. The 1 Apostati Goblino, because well, it's only at 1, but still it's draw power. Pot of Duality, just to the fact you need draws and you need to be able to see your stuff. That's why you have Pot of Duality. Double MST, because you don't really want to discard things. You don't really want to be discarding to grave, because if you discard, that doesn't even need to discard to grave. Like, you know, if you can, I'd probably like take something out just for the 1 Twin Twister, but I mean, like, you don't really need to have Twin Twister in the deck. I feel personally that it's not good in this deck because obviously just to the fact that it's just awful. Because when you don't really want to discard things really because you haven't got the discard outlets for the deck. So that's the reason why MST is better. Tenki. Tenki is your searching card. And also bumps them up by K, and that's actually pretty okay. Like, you know, it gives you the ability to see your Yosenjus I mean, okay, fair enough, you're only running 12, but, you know, if you don't see him in open hand, you open a trap hand or a spell hand, you can activate Tenki and go and search. So that's pretty cool. Dimensional Fissure, this is brilliant because it just locks your opponent out straight away. Like, you could just Dimensional Fissure and then just say bye-bye Cosmo and, like, just put them all, like, or bye-bye Monarchs when they try and do something and go, yeah, Dimensional Fissure, and they're like, oh no, they can't really do anything. So that's the reason why I like that. Now, Necro Valley. So this is okay. Like, I like this effect. Like, you know, this basically is like the best card, hands down. Because, you know, just to think that in, you know, neither player obviously can banish monsters, so obviously it makes these things suck. Well, wherever they are. Macro and D-Fissure, however, but. It's great for Cosmo, like the Cosmo matchup. Like, this is awesome. If I'm honest with you, what I would do personally is, in terms of the Cosmo matchup, I'll probably take these out and put Imperial Walls in, like, because it's that good. Like, I'd actually run that sort of stuff in the deck. It's amazing like that, and, you know, just stops all of their, you know, just trying to get everything out of their grave. Activates effects in grave from Cosmo ships and whatnot, which is always a pain in the arse. We all don't like him. So, next we're going to go on to the nice heavy trap lineup. Hey. So, we run the 3 copies of Rippling or Drowning Mirror Force. It is MVP, hands down, best trap of this format. Like, just to think that obviously that you can just go, okay, when they attack, just flip Rippling Mirror Force, and then they go, oh shit, what the hell can I do to that? And bearing in mind that as well, Yosenjus don't really have monsters on field. So, apart from Fossil Diner, if he's in defense position, however, but you can just Rippling Mirror Force and just say, goodbye all your ships. Shuffle into the deck. And they can't really do anything. And they're going to be handless, which means that you've got the advantage just to attack over with your Yosenjus. So you can do that. That's the reason why it's MVP and it's always at 3. Vanity's Emptiness, if I'm honest with you, I'm keeping this. Obviously, Vanity's Emptiness is the best because neither player can special summon. However, do I special summon? Not really, because you Yosenjus. So, you know, this is the reason why you need this. 2 lose 1 turn. I'm thinking about upping this because what I might be doing is considering about taking Necro Valley out. I need to consider the fact that obviously it's only good for the matchups with Cosmo. So I'll maybe put in the 3rd lose 1 turn, or possibly replace things like maybe put a TT in there. And I probably would take these 2 out and put another TT and the lose 1 turn in, just because of the fact that Necro Valley is only good against the matchup against with Cosmo. So I'll maybe do that in the future. Obviously, this is literally just my updated list to show you what I actually did. So 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance, because wow, this card is actually amazing. I stopped Monarchs with this card really badly, and they just couldn't do anything. Like, no one ever lied. Like, they just can't do nothing. They just sit there and go, oh wow, I can't really do anything now because, you know, because you have to set all their spells, and you just think, well, yeah, go on then, what are you going to do now? Because everything's all spell reliant now. So that's the reason why I have 2 anti-spells. The second card is now Rivalry Warlords. This actually is okay. Like, you know, as long as I have like my Yosenjus on field, or let's say for example I have Tiger King on field, for example, which is here. You know, it just says Beast Warrior, so I can only all players can each player obviously has to control Beast Warriors. So basically, and also as well, it locks your opponent out. So it's just like they're playing Cosmo, or they're playing what's it called? They're playing Monarchs, and obviously Monarchs are so weird because Erebus is zombie, Ether obviously is the fairy, and you've got other cards as well, which really annoy them. Like, you're just thinking that they just can't do anything. Like, and it just stops them. And it's the same for Cosmo, really. Like, you just set them on the sidekicks and go, yeah, okay, they can only like have the sidekicks on field. So, you know, so it just pretty much locks them out. And I mean, I'm really running Beast Warriors, so it just shows straight away that literally it would just hurt them so badly. And finally, last but not least, Solemn Warning. Solemn Warning is actually pretty good. Like, it's just, I like this card. Strike. It's one of those where it's just, I don't really like to play it, but if I'm honest with you, like, I may put this in there and replace some of the cards from a side deck even, because you know, Strike is good, but I like Warning as well because Warning does a little bit more than Strike. So I may change that in the near future. So, extra deck. The extra deck's quite slim at the moment, only because I'm just trying to think of rank 4s I can put in there at the moment. So we've got Dark Rebellion XE. Simple, really, is just half the one of theirs attack and bump up to himself. So it's pretty awesome that way. 5 is Tiger King, because he can set a 10 key, and not only that is you can attach his material and negate everything on field, all monsters on field, and obviously a set of Beast Warriors. So Beast Warriors still get their effect, so Yosenjus still get their effect, which is actually pretty good. However, their ships, for example, don't. So basically it works like lose 1 turn on legs, basically. Black Ship of Corn, well, they haven't seen this in a while. Basically, it's just one of these cards, like, it's just old, and I sort of said, do you know what? I actually kind of like this, like, it's pretty okay. Like, okay, it targets, but, like, it's okay, I suppose. Like, you just target and pop, and, they can just, yeah, it's pretty okay. Like, I like it that way. It's cool. Some people are going to hate me for this. You got Silent Honor Arc, because Arc's pretty okay. Like, still does the same thing, swallows and whatnot, so that's pretty awesome. Shidori's kind of essential. Like, return target to the bottom of the deck, and, like, just get to the problematic situations. Apart from it doesn't work really well against Cosmo, but like we said, Cosmo you don't really go into the extra deck for. So Samurai, attack twice, pretty simple. Dweller, basically Necro Valley on legs. Exactly the same concept what we was talking about. If you could do this and Necro Valley, I'd say, like, it's pre-MVP, like, it's pretty strong. Like, yeah. Cowboy, just the game, really, because why the hell not? Next thing we're going on to now is, guys, is the side deck. So we're having 2 copies of Acid Rain. People are going to say to me, why the hell are you running Acid Rain? Like, this is really old. It's actually okay, because bearing in mind you're running Necro Valley, like, you could literally just side this out. Like, for some cards maybe, like Rivalry or something. And you can literally just go, like, with the Cosmo matchup. Just be like, okay, so they're going to summon their ships. And they're going to do, like, okay, they're going to do the Farm Girl. And they're going to banish the Farm Girl, especially some Dart Destroyer. You're going to be like, okay, they're going to establish a huge board of ships. And they're going to think, that they're going to do loads and loads of damage and stuff like that. Obviously, first turn. And obviously, it comes to your turn, you end up having this in hand. And you end up having Necro Valley. So you activate Necro Valley and just go Acid Rain. They all get a Grave and they don't get effects. So it pretty much means that they all just did that whole effect, literally just for nothing. So Acid Rain's pretty okay. Like, I like this card. It's pretty decent. Some people are going to say to me, don't run it, but I like it. So we have 2 Dark Hole. Because simple reason is I don't control monsters. It's the same for, I don't control monsters. So basically trying to say to me that, I can run this because I haven't got monsters on field for actually this to activate. So, this is actually really good. Sorry, guys. Tired day. So yeah, that's pretty decent. 3 copies of Mistaken Arrest. Now, okay, people are again going to say to me, why the hell you got this? But, sorry, it's basically a mistake. So, cards, things that add from deck to hand, like, they can't really do that. Like, sorry, you could just literally just, like, stop their plays. Like, you stop them from adding stuff to hand and whatnot, from Farm Girl and whatnot. Like, you can stop that play, like, you're pretty strong there, you're pretty happy there. However, it does hurt this deck a lot, like, because you need to be able to search your shit. Like, I probably side this, like, very rarely, but it's still good to have in there anyway. 2 Storm Mirror Force, only because that, just in case, like, if you want more protection, I suppose you can add this in. TT, same thing. It's good. I'll probably run this if, obviously I take Necro Valley out. Let's have that. The 3rd lose 1 turn, because obviously that's what you do. 2 Master Strict for the Monarch matchup, because obviously, why the hell not? And 2 Iron Wall to work alongside with the Necro Valley. And also all that sort of stuff. So, thank you very much, guys. This is the Yosenju updated deck profile. I hope you guys like this. And I hope you guys subscribe, like and subscribe for more. And let me know how you felt this went. And yeah, this is aka Dosmeister signing out, Duelist. Yu-Gi-Oh!